Alright, we're going to jump into 2.2, which is going to be now multiplying binomials. So last lesson we talked about polynomials, right? It's the combination of these terms when they're being added and subtracted together. And now we're going to look at specifically binomials, which are a type of polynomial. So again, you can stop the video real quick and you can jot down some of these definitions here. So the first one is monomial, so it's M-O-N-O, monomial, which is just going to be one term. So we've got a couple examples of these. This is a type of polynomial called a monomial. So that could be something like 2x, right? That would be a monomial, or negative 3x squared, or 5, or x, right? Those are all examples of monomials. They're just one term, right? Nothing being added or subtracted there. And then we move on to binomial. Again, you can pause it if you need to. Binomial is going to be two terms now. So binomial has two terms. So here's an example, x plus 4, right? We've got those two terms connected by addition there. Okay. Or we could have something like this, x squared minus 2x. Again, two terms, right, connected by addition or subtraction in this case. So binomial would be two terms. And then as you can probably guess, as we scroll down here to trinomial, trinomial is going to be three terms. So something that looks like this, x squared plus 5x minus 10, right? Three terms for a trinomial. And again, these are all types of polynomials, which we talked about last lesson. So we're going to look at a couple different ways to multiply binomials. Okay. And this is different than what we did last lesson, right? Last lesson we were adding and subtracting, so we were just combining like terms. Now we're going to be multiplying, and we can multiply anything times anything. They don't have to be like terms here. So what you're going to do is you're going to multiply the coefficients, those are the numbers, right? So like 2 times 3 would be 6. And you're going to add the exponents, because if you recall, right, when I multiply things that have exponents, I add up our exponents. We saw that last week. The first method we're going to look at is called FOIL. So you can jot this down real quick. It's the FOIL method, and that's an acronym. The F in FOIL stands for first, the O stands for outer, the I stands for inner, and the L stands for last. So you can jot that down and we'll talk about what that means here on this first example. So we'll take a look here at the first example. It says multiply, and we've got x plus 2 times x minus 4. So we're multiplying these here, right, because there's no addition, right? Last lesson there was this addition symbol in between here, but we don't have that, so it's multiplication. These are two binomials because it's two terms and two terms. And so we're going to use that acronym from before, which was FOIL. And remember that was F for first. So that's the first term in each one of these binomials. So x times x, which gives me x squared, right? Because it's like x to the first power times x to the first power, and I add up those exponents to get x squared. Then it says O. O is for outer. So that would be x times negative 4. So the two outside pieces here. And that would be negative 4x. And then I can keep going here. I is for inner. So now I'm going to do the inside pieces, 2 times x, which is 2x. And then last, that's the last piece in each binomial. So 2 and negative 4, which is negative 8. So basically you can see what we did here, right? Without even using the acronym. We distributed the x into this set of parentheses. And then we distributed the 2 into this set of parentheses. Right? And now we look at what we've got here. We've got this polynomial. Notice I've got these that are just normal x terms, so I can combine those like last lesson. So I'm going to rewrite it as x squared. Negative 4x plus 2x is negative 2x minus 8. And remember, I can't add or subtract these together, right? Because they don't have the same exponent. I'll keep moving here to letter B. Same idea, I'm going to use the same method, which is the FOIL method, right? So I'm going to start by distributing the 3x into this set of parentheses here. So we're going to do 3x times 2x. Well, 3 times 2 is 6, and x times x is x squared. And now I'm going to do 3x times negative 3, which is negative 9x. And now I'm going to distribute the 1 into both of these. So 1 times 2x is still just 2x, and 1 times negative 3 is negative 3. Again, I want to check for some like terms here, right? And notice again, I can combine these x terms. So this becomes 6x squared minus 7x minus 3. So that's one method. I'm going to show you another method here. If you don't like to use this kind of distribution method, there's another way you can do it. Check that out here. This is called the box method here. And so you can pause the video real quick and jot this down. So for this method, it's basically like we're going to set it up as a multiplication table. So something that you've seen a while back, and I'll show you how to do that. So you can use either method, right, whatever you're more comfortable with. So once you see this one, you'll be able to decide in the future which method you use. So this one gets set up like this. So I'm going to put 3x and negative 1. I'm going to write those down the side of this box that I'm going to create. And then I'm going to put x and 2 along the top. Right, notice this is a negative 1, so I put negative 1. This is a positive 2, so I have positive 2. And I'm going to create this table here. And now I'm just going to fill in these spots. So 3x times x is 3x squared. And now 3x times 2 is 6x. Moving to the bottom, right, multiplication table here. So x and negative 1 is negative 1x. And 2 and negative 1, right, they would meet in this corner here, which is negative 2. And so then I can combine any like terms that I have. 3x squared, there's no other x squared pieces here, so that just stays 3x squared. 6x, and then minus an x would leave me 5x, and then minus 2. And I get my final answer. And we'll check out one more using the box method here. So again, I'm going to set this up, x and positive 4 down the side, and x and negative 2 on the top. And we'll fill this in. X times x is x squared. X times negative 2 is negative 2x. To the bottom, 4 times x is 4x. And 4 times negative 2 is negative 8. And now I just combine like terms if I have any. X squared has no other x squared partner, so there it is. 4x minus 2x is positive 2x, and then minus 8. So you can use whichever method you'd prefer out of the FOIL method, which is kind of distribution, or this multiplication table method. And then the last piece I wanted to show you here, I think it shows up on your homework, is to find the perimeter of the rectangle. To find a perimeter of something, we add up all the sides. Okay? So this one, they're telling me it's a rectangle, so I know that the opposite sides are congruent, so this must be x plus 2, and this one over here must be x. And now I'm just going to add these all up from kind of like last lesson using like terms. So x, 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 and x, that's 4 x's because I'm adding them. And then 2 and 2, which would just give me a positive 4. And we can leave our perimeter like that. All right, thanks for watching.